but kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the New York Jets. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the New York Jets. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They come in wondering what on earth is going on here as they sit in last place at 0-7.
And it's really difficult to report to work every day with that type of a losing streak looming over you. How do you break out of it? And you're looking at each other to try and figure it out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hurry, hurry! Double tight. What are you
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
I will be here all
Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017, and I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
What do you had?
We got 3.
This is Howard on second down.
Hot.
Space to maneuver at the 40. They're still going. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Baby, get him, boy.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to
Here's Trubisky to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
What do you had?
Again to Howard. And this one goes nowhere.
3 down.
Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is he's going to make a play. But on that one, He looked like one of those guys.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and third pick in the 2018 draft.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Hurry up, here we go.
First down for the former Cleveland Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw, Darnold. Heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I'd file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now the shotgun. Here's Darnold. And this one is incomplete.
Crash.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant it.
No, I'm with you. I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. It's taken to the 26. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a touchdown for the Jets.
They don't want it. They don't want it.
Big play there. His first touchdown of the year. And the Jets have taken a first quarter lead. Jason Myers now for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Solo out there. Check the outs out there. Money head.
Carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that
Let's
you
go,
have
run
back
block,
under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That is right.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Burton. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter,
boys.
they catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. Whether slinging it And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown
Let's go,
out
let's
of
go,
his
let's go.
reach and incomplete. So the failure to connect on second
right,
down,
right.
that
He's
leaves
tight
him
right here,
staring
tight
up
on the
here
right,
at
tight on
a
the right.
3rd and 8.
On your head, head.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Just gotta know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Line of scrimmage,
Three
the
down.
31 now
Hey,
on
check,
1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in. On your head. Hey.
This is Cohen on the toss.
Hey, switch gears.
Space to run past the 20. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
That's where you belong.
The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score, and we're back to Soldier Field after this. And they're on the move as they face a second down here.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Lock in, lock in.
Alert. Alert. 3 down. 3 down.
On your head. Hey.
This is Cohen.
Watch tight. Watch
Yes,
tight.
and he
Outside
is
coming.
in.
Outside coming.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Go, go, go. Run,
A
run,
great play
run.
there. His first touchdown on
You don't
the
want no
year.
problem. You don't
And
want
the
no problem
Bears
with
are
me.
an extra point away from tying the football game. And there the counterplay was successful. Touchdown, what typically makes a counterplay in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction, and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs.
Now let's go.
He'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, relax a little bit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mack
Sacks
in
all
there to
day,
get him
baby.
for sack
Go
number
ahead, take a
9
seat.
now
You
on
can't
the year.
stop me.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Tight left. Hey. 4 down.
All right, here we go. Boom, down there.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Dumps off to Powell. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side for the last yard.
Rip and read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for less yardage.
Nearly a a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
4 down.
180.
First down, Trubisky. Here comes, and Trubisky goes down.
You better talk to your boy.
Williamson.
You better talk to your boy. Have him
Coming
protect
hard
you.
on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
Hey,
And
4 down,
tatter,
4
so
down.
sounds a little bit like that.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they got to find a way to get it back together.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route
Lock in,
tree,
lock
getting
in.
better at it all the time, really
Right.
honing his game. They expect a pretty good
Hot,
jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Hey, check 24. Check
False
24.
start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Let's go. We're on the
Fresh
ball after
start
this.
backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
3 down. 3 down. There you go. We got. You see it? You see it?
Check.
Now it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this knows first and goal. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Hey, run it.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one
Lay down.
touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a
Let's go,
doubt.
let's go.
So far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Odd. 5 down. 5 down. Stick
Run.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need
Odd,
another
odd,
stop
odd.
now. 3rd and goal. Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown,
run.
Chicago.
Bring him in.
Jordan Howard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are in for 6.
And got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit,
All right, here we go.
everyone talks
Green
about converting
39.
on 3rd down,
Green
how big that
39.
is. In this situation, they've had to punt it twice, so they're seriously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a
got
defense
three,
off
we got three,
balance.
fellas.
with
All right,
what
here we
they're
go.
doing.
3,
I think the
19.
Converse has been
Over the 2nd quarter. And they're able to get this one
Detroit!
across the
Detroit!
35.
We got 4.
That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now. Hard to believe the halfway point of the season. Time flies.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
On 1st and 10, Darnold will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. From the 50, it's Darnold. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Yeah, baby.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Here we go now.
And the hit jarred it loose.
Woo!
It's
You got
incomplete.
You got him. You got him.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
4 down, 4 down.
Set.
Right here on 3rd down, Darnold. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. Booted away from the He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Strong right.
What are you hiding, hon?
They'll start things first with Torrey Cohen. And he loses the football a second time. And the Jets have recovered.
Run. Oh, that's me.
And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because
Green 39,
when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends. Because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Down on the screen, that's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Final 12 seconds of the half
Gotta
now,
go, gotta go.
as they've got it 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
On your head.
Now Trubisky's on 1st down. Well, that one fly for Robinson. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he will be brought down.
We got
His time is
three
now
down,
run
three
out
down.
on
Hey,
this
fellas, we got
first
three.
half
Let's
of
go.
action. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get
Here we
things
go
figured
now.
out,
3-19.
okay, we self-scout every week in our
3-19.
game plan. How many things do we do at a certain time? What are our tendencies? We need to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell.
Let's
His
go.
first touchdown on the year.
Touchdown.
And the Jets are able to strike for 6.
Touchdown, baby. That's what I'm
Well,
talking
he's
about.
used to
Go.
running it that
Woo.
distance. Here
Woo.
he had to catch it. Score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Here's Myers now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception
gotta go.
last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that
down,
one.
right?
That's all. But he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive.
He's got a man complete.
Okay, folks,
And
we got
able
four.
to rip
We got
off
four.
a big chunk
Let's go,
of
fellas.
yardage
We got
before
4 down.
being
Let's go.
dropped inside the 40. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see
Gotta do
it.
better.
But the truth of the matter is,
Come on, QB, come
that
on.
ball was not streaking towards him. He's got to make a play on the football.
And forget
Crash,
about finding
crash,
a lane. He barely
crash.
had time to look up before he was planted in the
Easy
backfield.
work. It's easy work, and it's
Well,
coming
Brandon,
again.
so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Strong left. Strong left. Strong left.
And this is Cohen.
Stand up over there.
Look at this spin.
Hot.
Balance. And he takes this one
Run.
in for a Bears touchdown.
That's it,
A
baby.
great
That's
effort
it.
there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are in for 6. He's giving him a little jolt. Just gave him the lead there. The 2 teams out of the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquish that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it?
Hey.
Almost
Let's
turning
go!
into one of those
Blue
pendulum
90!
games, right? Where it
Blue
swings back
90!
and forth. It changes that maybe it puts it on one side.
I got you.
Rashard Matthews here on the catch.
Crash.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Blitz.
That's a good way to start
blitz,
the drive.
blitz.
17 yards and a first down.
Woo! Okay, baby, I see you.
Run play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Gotta get the point. Get on the point right here.
throw, Darnold. He turned it over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
Now let's go.
So even though he
Green
caught it,
39.
couldn't turn it into
Green
much more.
39.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Hartman's got it complete.
Blitz!
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
Here they come,
It's
here
a
they come, here they
9-yard
come.
gain, and it keeps the drive moving. That's a staple of this offense.
Yeah,
Drag
baby.
route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's been able to use his size to break off much more yardage after
Watch
the
tight
catch,
end.
but
Watch
still
tight
an
end. Tight end's
effective
right.
gain
Tight end's right.
nonetheless.
All right, here we go. Boom!
Darnold toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell in.
Here we go now. 319. 319.
Second down and 10. Darnold shakes off the sack. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some
Here we go.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's third and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
That's it.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Watch tight end. We got three down.
Lock in, lock in.
36.
With Cohen.
Run.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the
They don't
34-yard
want it,
line.
fellas. They
It's a
don't
pickup of 6
want
and
it.
good enough to
Keep
move the
playing
chains.
hard, fellas.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead.
Go, run the
Get
ball
to the
after it.
backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throw on first down with Trubisky. Looking outside of his guy, it's Burton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Flushed out right. To the right side, complete to Miller. And down inside the 15, shot of the 10. 10 more there and another first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hey, 4 down.
Lock in.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Go, they running.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. 3 down.
On second down, Trubisky escaping the pressure right. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Come on, gotta go.
Holding call here, 2nd and 20.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
This is Howard, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But
Come on, gotta go.
Run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Result, negative yardage. Trubisky will throw, and that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. And Parkey's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Green 39! Green 39!
Once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Darnold from again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Outside's coming, outside's coming.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it's contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Darnold down to throw. Screen pass is complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
3 down, 3 down.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry
Our
it.
ball, baby, our ball.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
The Jets on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
So finally with fumble recovery, here's Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
Trip is here,
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just try to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A good pickup there, a 22. Trubisky now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Move. 3 down, 3 down.
Action for Howard. Now Trubisky. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Let's go, let's go.
He's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play.
The screen pass here to Cohen. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Boom!
Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
They're coming.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got it at the 15. And deep he goes into Jets territory before being taken down.
Don't be mad.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go, run the ball.
1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
What do you had?
On the ground. And he's able to find some room as they get him down after a good run. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
Boom! That's what I'm talking about. Nice hip.
Position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Odd.
Red, up.
Stand up in.
Throwing here to Trubisky. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jordan Jenkins. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it. Big 3rd down. Now they try the right side here. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this team for dear life. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess, but he's back on the horse, so to speak.
Love seeing how someone can rebound from a slow start
here we go.
or a tough start.
3-19.
Means strong mental. They kind of calm themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for him.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities
Let's go!
A little bit as they start the drive.
This is Crowell on the catch. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. The 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Isaiah Crowell, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, and then the defense is send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They begin to drive on the ground with him, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Try again with Cohen.
Watch that creep. Watch that screaming.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Well, that sets up a big third down. Now the decision has to be, do you run it here and play for OT, or do you go ahead and press it downfield?
The Bears on 3rd down. They hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hey. 4 down.
Now it's Trubisky.
Crash.
And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. If he's off just by a bit, maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Elsewhere, Ford Field, they're into the 4th quarter now. And the Seahawks able to take home that victory. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes in the W. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, here we go.
And he stopped immediately there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The Jets on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
3 down.
All right, here we go.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Hurry up, here we go.
Darnold dumps it to Powell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Darnold now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. This will be from 53 for the win.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got it. Fumble!
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
On your head.
Here's Trubisky.
54.
He's going to loft one deep left side
You.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league
we
are
got 3
still
down.
adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make
Right
that
there.
transition. Let's
There,
face it
baby.
now. The ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end
Let's
zone,
go, let's go,
and
let's
not
go.
leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Hey, 4 down. 4 down.
1st and 10, it's Trubisky.
blitz.
Gonna let
Blitz.
one fly for Robinson. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a 1st down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up. But in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
3 down. 3 down.
On your head.
Looking right.
Run. Hey.
17 yards on the
got
pickup
4.
there, and the drive will continue. They go with the ground game, pick up the 1st, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red
Tight
zone
end
to
right.
take those
Watch
big shots
tight end
downfield
right.
or go after the end zone. Right now,
4
that
down.
might be a little
Now this first drive in OT continues.
Run.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for
got 4.
success.
On your head.
They go right back to Howard. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
I'm going to hit you
Give him 3
all
on 1st
day,
down.
baby.
It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling
got
because
3,
you're trying to
3
get to
down,
the
3
end
down.
zone. You're trying to end the game right here.
Gotta go,
Playing
gotta
with
go.
the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Running with Howard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Kill.
Red, Reds up.
Hey, turn it up.
They come out here. Now it's Trubisky. And this will be caught. Touchdown.
That's where you belong.
They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well.